Jeep lately, I mean, guys, they are in trouble, big trouble. The new Jeep Avenger, it's their electric SUV. Jeep are hoping that it will save the company. They're hoping that it'll be super popular and it'll be one of the most popular cars in the world, much like the Tesla Model Y. Therefore, guys, the new Avenger has actually gone on sale here in Australia, but it's basically a failure before it's even begun. Here's why the Jeep Avenger is destined to fail here in Australia. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. I want to say a big thank you to our Patreon supporters, YouTube members as well. If you want to become a YouTube member, you do get access to some videos that are not on the regular platform of the channel. I did one yesterday about what you should be investing in, what I'm going to be investing in. So check that out if you're a YouTube member. The Jeep Avenger, right? It's a small, very, very small electric SUV. I don't know if you even call it an SUV. Now, I want to be very clear, guys. There's a lot of confusion here. People think because this is a Jeep, it's four-wheel drive. It's not. I think Jeep want to make a four-wheel drive version. They haven't done that yet. The Jeep Avenger is purely front-wheel drive. So in comments, I've seen people saying, oh, great value, four-wheel drive. It's not a four-wheel drive at all. It's a front-wheel drive. And no, it's not great value for a few reasons. I'll explain why this vehicle is a disaster and you should absolutely not buy one. I mean, I know the prices. I'll tell you what the prices are. It's not the price. Well, the price actually is part of the reason. It's not the main reason though. The main reason is these cars are not safe. Well, they're not as safe as they should be. That's for sure. Anyway, so the price. Okay, Jeep have discounted them all by $4,000 before they've even gone on sale. $4,000 discounts before they've even gone on sale. Kind of tells you the position that Jeep's in. I mean, Jeep obviously went bankrupt in China, and the same thing could happen to Jeep potentially in America right now. There's all kinds of sagas going on in America with dealerships complaining, saying Stellantis is treating them badly. They have too much stock. The most unwanted car in North America, in the United States, is the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. It's the slowest selling car in America. There are so many Jeep Wagoneers, guys. You get them if you want one of these things. You can get a massive discount on them because they're literally sitting in dealer lots and just gathering dust. Anyhow, getting back to the Jeep Avenger. It's actually not that bad of a vehicle. Well, I thought it wasn't because I didn't know what was going to happen. And there's no way that anyone could have known this, right? Prices. It starts at 50,000 Australian dollars. So that's about 32,000 US dollars. Not expensive, but not cheap because it's only 4.2 meters long. 4.1 meters long. It's actually shorter than a Toyota Corolla. So it's actually a very, very small car. Nothing wrong with that, but you're not paying for a lot of metal, put it that way. Starts at $50,000, right? Then you can pay extra to get a premium model, which is $55,000. And then the premium model is $61,000. If you want to get a similar spec to, say, something like a Tesla Model Y standard range, now the Tesla Model Y is a much bigger car than this, but if you did want to get something similar specification, you've got to get the premium model for $61,000, meaning it's significantly more expensive than even a Tesla Model Y or something like an Xpeng G6 as well, which is definitely a much nicer, more luxurious car with much better technology, much longer range. I just don't understand how this car is going to sell. Honestly, the price, it's too expensive. Anyhow, all of these Avenger vehicles are powered by the same front motor. It's honestly significantly underpowered, I think anyway. Has 115 kilowatts, about 140 horsepower, 260 newton meters of torque. They all have a 54 kilowatt hour battery. Obviously not a very big battery. Range is 396 kilometers, which, 396 kilometers, what's that, about 250 miles, 240 miles, about that. It's not great, but it's not terrible. But charging speed for a vehicle that's not exactly cheap, charging speed's only 100 kilowatt. I just think, why? Why? There's so many rivals that have 200, 300, even in China, 500 plus kilowatt charging. I don't understand why so many EVs now, even in this sort of really what is probably a premium price, have such slow charging speed. Jeep saying the battery will charge from 20 to 80% in 24 minutes. The reason being, it sounds relatively quick, but it's just because it's a pretty small battery pack. Anyhow, what else do we know about the car? Well, like I said, there's three different options. The specifications are okay. I'm not going to get into those details too much because you probably already know those. You're probably bored by those. but there's no longer range battery. They're all that same battery pack, 54 kilowatt hour size battery, 396 kilometers of range, about 240 miles of range. But honestly, the prices, they're just, in my opinion, it's too expensive. Its rivals are bigger, have longer range, have faster charging, better technology, come with more standard luxury features, and they have, they're actually safe. That's the problem with this car. It's not safe. Well, not as safe as its rivals anyway. Now, a lot of people have commented on my videos over the last 4 years, however long it's been, and they say, "Oh, look at that Chinese EV. I bet it's unsafe. I bet it's a death, a crash waiting to happen. If you wouldn't want to crash in that thing, you'd be dead." All kinds of variations of that comment, right? People say, "Look at that little box. This is what that is. This is basically a little box." And it's not, well, some of those Chinese vehicles which people have been slagging off. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to promote Chinese vehicles. I'm trying to make a point here. My point is this: even those Chinese vehicles, they have 5-star Euro NCAP safety ratings, right? Many of them do. In fact, all of them I've seen tested over the past 12 months have gotten a 5-star safety rating. And the Jeep, this little Jeep, you'd think, well, why wouldn't it be able to match those cars? Well, it's got a 3-star safety rating. So why is this car less safe than its rivals? I mean, significantly less. Well, it was let down by side impact protection and underperforming AEB. So automatic emergency braking. Automatic emergency braking, in my opinion, that's pretty good to have, right? I think that's a good feature. You could need it. You never know. You're not paying attention for like a split second. Someone slams their brakes on in front of you. Have you had that happen to you before? If you're saying you haven't, you're not a human being, or you've barely driven a car. Everyone has been in that experience where for a split second they look down or look somewhere, someone talks to them and the car in front of them slams their brakes on and you go, whoa, 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 and you stop your car and you think, well, that was close. AEB, if it doesn't work, then yeah, you're going to have good chance you have an accident in that situation. But even more important than that, so many deaths happen in cars from side impact protection. And an EV should have better side impact protection than an internal combustion car. It absolutely should. 100% it should, because many different EVs have structural battery packs. I say, why buy a car if it doesn't have a structural battery pack? Because there's so many options that do. And side impact protection with a structural battery pack is significantly better. It also means, of course, the battery is less likely to catch fire. Not that that's a significant risk, but that's very, very unlikely if you've got structural battery pack. And obviously, that's going to help you protect your family. I mean, you can't control it if someone hits the side of your car, right? T-bones you, comes through a red light, goes through a stop sign. And in my opinion, that's a big issue. If it doesn't have adequate side impact protection, it's not a car I personally would buy. The new Avenger got 3 stars. That was just about a month ago, I think. Apparently, just based on those two main things, side impact protection and autonomous emergency braking. Now, they can fix the autonomous emergency braking, I would hope. Maybe they will. You would assume so, but I don't know. You can't really fix the side impact protection. There's nothing they can do about that. And in my opinion, that just rules this car out. Now, despite the 3-star safety rating, it actually did get a decent 79% for adult protection and 70% score for overall child occupant protection. Now, here's the thing. Euro NCAP, the safety body in Europe that do these safety scores. The Secretary General, Michael van Rattingen, said that the results showed a clear lack of ambition from Jeep and its parent company, Stellantis. A clear lack of ambition from Jeep and its parent company. That's some pretty scathing criticism. There is growing competition in the car industry, he said, and Stellantis has had to take several steps to secure the future of its brands. Safety should not be where a car manufacturer makes its savings, he said. Euro NCAP will continue to highlight shortcomings in this area for the benefit of European car buyers. Now, Stellantis have responded. They released a statement reiterating how the company remains dedicated to offering customers clean, safe, and affordable mobility with products that fulfill the most stringent regulations across the world. Well, clearly they didn't read what this safety body said. This product doesn't meet these stringent regulations. That's the whole point of what Euro NCAP is saying to Jeep, and obviously Stellantis have ignored this. They've said a bunch of other stuff and it's just all nonsense. They said this, for example, get this. Stellantis believes there is no single way to measure vehicle safety. Third-party assessments are one of many inputs used when designing the safety of our vehicles. They're basically saying the credibility of this safety test is bogus. Now, I actually would kind of agree with them if this poor safety score was based on things like, they now have a thing where you have to have a speed thing in your car where it says, you are breaking the speed limit, and then there's a way you can turn it off in the system. That is now a mandated feature in vehicles in Europe. Now, if Jeep was saying, oh, that thing sucks, yeah, we don't want to have that, we don't want to put that in our cars, and they got downgraded to staff for that reason, I understand. But when it's a structural problem, there's no getting around the fact this is a subpar product charging premium money. And that, in my opinion, is a recipe for disaster.